everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the Mortal Realms. Yes, we are back with Cities of Sigmar and the all-new Aqshian Pyrocaster, the new Fire Mage for the Cities of Sigmar that Games Workshop have very kindly sent me early to build up and paint with all of you. And that is exactly what we are going to do today, starting now. So, we're going to jump right in. He's been primed in Wraithbone. And the colour we're going to be using first is a roughly 2 parts Blood Angels Red to 1 part Lahmian Medium mix. And we're going to be applying this over top of all of his robe. Now, we're not applying this over the top of his cloak or his inner robe, which you can see just under there, which has a skull on it. We're not applying it there. Instead, we're just applying it to, well, his sort of outer robes, basically. So with that Blood Angels Red all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Sigvald Burgundy and we're going to apply this to all the remaining cloth. So with that all done, we are actually going to just sort of do a glaze on that cloak, because this is a big old cloak, as you can see, and it can get a little bit patchy. So we're going to actually just start off doing that now. And the colour we're going to be using for that is some thinned down Vorbak Red. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit more than we would normally, sort of 3 or 4 parts water to 1 part Vorbak Red. I'm going to apply this over top of the flat areas of the cloak, leaving the deepest recesses the darkest bits of Sigvald Burgundy. So with that all done, we are now going to take a little bit of some Cygor Brown and we're going to apply this over top of the shoes. And with that all done, we then take a little bit of Guilliman Flesh and we apply this over top of the skin. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade and we're going to apply this over top of the rope belt. So with that all done, next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Castellax Bronze. And we're going to apply this over top of the helmet, excluding the sort of blindfold and the keys. And with that all done, we are then going to take some Magmadroth Flame and we're going to apply this over top of the Emberstone, I think it is. So with that all done, we are then going to take a roughly 3 parts Lahmian Medium to 1 part Cygor Brown mix. We're going to apply this over top of the orange. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to apply this over top of this little doodad just here at the belt. We're going to apply this over top of the handle of the wand. We're going to apply this over top of the belt, the blade, and the grip of the little dagger just in there. We've got sort of the cuff just up here. as well as the little connectors on the bit of jewellery. And we've also got the keys. And with that all done, we are then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour, and we're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades. And the first of these is not a shade, it is a contrast paint, and it's Mantis Warrior's Green. And we're going to be applying this over top of the gold on his head. With that Mantis Warrior's Green applied, we also applied it to the little gizmo on his hip as well, which we did with silver. But what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade, and we're going to apply this over the top of the silver keys up here. We're going to apply this over the top of the Castellax Bronze as well, and we're also going to apply this over the top of the gold on his clothes. That all done, we then want some Nuln Oil, and we're going to apply this over top of all the remaining silver. And with that done, we then take some Reikland Fleshshade and we apply this over top of the remaining gold. With our shades all applied, our Aqshian Pyrocaster is what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and obviously there's a very large detail that we haven't done anything yet with, the large flame. However, as you can see, I've already made a couple of mistakes on it here and here, so it doesn't make sense to paint the whole thing in now and then when we do our highlights accidentally get some paint on it where we don't want it. So that's why we've gonna do that last. Anyway, we're gonna now take this one to the next level. I'm gonna do this by adding some highlights, and the first of these is going to be some thinned down Wild Rider Red, and we're going to use this to highlight, well, the red. With that Wild Rider Red all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Fire Dragon Bright. I'm going to use this to add some little spot highlights to the robes, but we're also going to use this to highlight the Emberstone on the wand. And so with that all done, we are then going to apply a roughly 3 parts Lahmian Medium to 1 part Flesh Tearer's Red mix over the top of our robe to just tie the whole thing together and add a little bit more depth. So that all done, the red is now finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the cloak. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Screamer Pink. I'm going to use this to highlight our cloak. And with all that Screamer Pink applied, we are then going to take some thinned down Cadian Fleshtone. I'm going to use this to add some little spot highlights to the cloak. And with that all done, our next port of call is to take a little bit of Carroburg Crimson. I'm going to apply this inside our Pyrocaster's mouth. And with that Carroburg Crimson applied, we then take some thinned down Screaming Skull. And we use this to highlight the rope and pick out the teeth. The teeth and the rope all highlighted. We're then going to take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh, and we're going to use this to highlight the Pyrocaster's skin. And with the skin all highlighted, it now comes to the metallic. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some Runelord Brass, and we're going to use this to highlight the Castellax Bronze bit. And with that Runelord Brass all applied, we then take some thinned down Canoptek alloy, and we use this to highlight our greenish gold on the headpiece. And for all our other gold details, so everything that's gold that isn't on the helmet, we're going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. We're going to use this to highlight those bits. And with that Liberator Gold all applied, we then take some thinned down Ironbreaker. We use this to highlight, well, all of the silver. And with all that Ironbreaker applied, I'm going to take some Frostheart. We're going to apply this over the little gem on the hilt of the blade. And so naturally, of course, as we mentioned earlier in the video, the last thing to work on is the large flame just here. Because, well, I mean, it's on the base, but it is really part of the model. So we're going to use 4 colours for this. Imperial Fist, Gryph-Hound Orange, and Blood Angels Red and Black Templar. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some Imperial Fist, and we're going to liberally apply this over the top of all of the flames. So we're just going to get this like so. Trying to be careful of the model as well when it comes to doing the inside track as well. So there we go. Get it all over. Lovely stuff. Then, what we're going to do is wash the brush, grab some Gryph-Hound Orange, and then over the top of each of the kind of tendrils of the flames, we're also going to liberally apply this. So we're just going to get this like so. Wash the brush in between takes. To get this all the way up here. There we go. Then wash the brush once more. Grab some Blood Angels Red, and then slightly smaller this time. I'm going to apply this again just over the top of the licks of flame. Moving pretty fast here. Just like that. Wash the brush one more time. And then just over the tips of the biggest flames, I'm going to take a little bit of Black Templar. So just up here, I'm going to apply that. Here. There. And there as well. And then what we do is we wash the brush one last time and go back to some Imperial Fist. And we use this to now move the colours around. Absorb any excess paint that we don't want. We can use a clean brush to do the same thing. To just ensure we get some nice smooth transitions between all of our flamey hot colours. Like so. And then we do it on the inside as well. With all of that done, just to help this flame punch up a little bit in terms of the brightness towards the base of them, I'm going to take some Uriel yellow. I'm going to thin it down with roughly sort of 2 or 3 parts water. I'm just going to use this to just sort of add a very little towards the base. Almost like a relay. Just like that sort of thing. And there we have it with the base now completed in the same style as the rest of our Cities of Sigmar. Our Aqshian Pyrocaster is now finished. And, well, thus completes our trio of new wizards. That takes them up to 4, so that's a pretty decent amount of wizards for a faction to have, which is pretty cool. Especially one that's not known for its magic. And this guy is really, really cool. I like it. I like the fire. I like all things red after all, you know. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.